Princess Amalia's shocking decision to follow Princess Leonor into military training. Welcome to B News. In a stunning revelation that has sent waves across royal circles and beyond, the Dutch royal house has officially confirmed that Princess Amalia, heir to the Dutch throne, will soon follow in the footsteps of Spain's Princess Leonor. As Europe's monarchies steadily modernize under the public's gaze, this bold move is not just a mirror of Leonor's commitment to military training. It is a resounding declaration of generational change. Amalia's forthcoming decision to undergo military preparation marks a turning point for the Dutch monarchy. It represents a shift from inherited symbolism to chosen responsibility, where royal heirs must now prove their readiness not through titles, but through sacrifice, discipline, and public service. What makes this moment truly riveting is the timing. Amalia's decision doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's happening as Europe questions the future of royalty and looks to its heirs not just for tradition, but transformation. The parallels between Princess Amalia and Princess Leonor are impossible to ignore. Both are young, poised, and born into centuries-old institutions with heavy expectations. Yet they have grown up in a world that no longer views royalty as untouchable, but as human, accountable, and deeply symbolic. Leonor's decision to start training at Spain's elite air academy was shocking enough, but now, with Amalia preparing to make a similar move, the stakes feel higher. This is not just another chapter in royal protocol, it's the dawning of a new era in monarchy, where women are taking the lead, not just in palaces, but in military compounds, classrooms, and the corridors of political relevance. Amalia's future is being shaped not by tradition alone, but by action, and that speaks volumes. When the Dutch royal house made the confirmation public, the language was subtle, yet powerful. Amalia intends to pursue National Defense Service as part of her development, the statement read, yet behind that carefully measured sentence lies a cascade of meaning. This is a decision made under intense public scrutiny, and in a country where monarchy often walks a fine line between reverence and resistance. The Netherlands is known for its progressive stance and critical press. For Amalia to step forward into the rigid world of military training is to voluntarily place herself in one of the most vulnerable and demanding positions a royal can occupy. The courage it takes to do so cannot be understated. The public's response was swift and electrifying. Social media platforms exploded with hashtags like #AmaliaTakesCharge and #FutureQueenInUniform. It wasn't just royalists who were impressed. Political commentators, educators, and even military veterans weighed in, praising the princess's decision to undergo the same rigorous training as any other cadet. In an era where the role of monarchy is constantly being questioned, these young women are redefining leadership. They are not merely waiting to inherit crowns, they are choosing to earn them through sweat, sacrifice, and service. Amalia's decision also brings into sharp focus the responsibilities shouldered by young royals in the modern age. It's no longer enough to represent the state at ceremonial events or smile politely at diplomatic receptions. The public now expects authenticity, resilience, and real-world competence. For Amalia, this means facing the same early mornings, physical drills, strategic lessons, and peer scrutiny as every other cadet. Her decision echoes Leonor's path, but it is uniquely Dutch in its cultural implications, grounded in the Netherlands' values of equality, responsibility, and pragmatism. What's especially compelling about Amalia's decision is the context in which it arrives. Her early years in the public eye were marked by deep introspection and cautious exposure. Following intense media pressure and even security threats, the young princess stepped back from public life temporarily. Her return has been marked by grace and strength, but now, this new chapter reveals a side of her few expected, a willingness to engage directly with the institutions that define her nation's sovereignty. Military service, in this case, is more than a career move, it's a test of resilience, courage, and public trust. The royal family has expressed full support for Amalia's decision. Queen Maxima and King Willem-Alexander have long emphasized the importance of grounded leadership. In fact, King Willem-Alexander himself served in the military and trained as a pilot, an experience he is credited with shaping his sense of duty and discipline. His daughter following a similar path signals not just continuity but commitment. It tells the Dutch people that their future queen is not shielded from the realities of service but immersed in them. What also sets Amalia apart is her academic prowess. The princess is currently pursuing higher education at the University of Amsterdam, where she studies politics, psychology, law, and economics. This rigorous intellectual training, combined with the upcoming military discipline, paints a portrait of a future monarch who is as mentally prepared as she is physically ready. Her development is being curated not for luxury, but for leadership, a theme that's increasingly defining young European royals in this generation. Behind the polished images and official statements lies a deeper, more emotional story. Amalia's decision speaks to the personal sacrifices required of modern royalty. She is giving up comfort, privacy, and a more conventional young adulthood to live under the magnifying glass of national duty. The discipline of the military is not just about strength, it's about structure, respect, and perseverance. And for someone born into royalty, this kind of voluntary hardship is profoundly symbolic. It shows that her sense of purpose outweighs the privilege she was born into. Royal watchers and historians have been quick to point out that this pattern, young heirs undergoing military training, is not new, but its revival in today's socio-political context is striking. It's happening at a time when monarchies are under pressure to prove their value and relevance. By choosing paths of service, these young royals are rewriting what monarchy means. They're not relics of the past but models for future governance, figures who blend tradition with transformation. It's also crucial to understand what this military training will entail for Amalia. While details remain scarce, it's expected she will undergo a similar type of preparatory work as Leonor, basic combat training, strategy and leadership education, and possibly field simulations. It won't be easy. The military is a space of discipline and equality, and Amalia will be expected to hold her own without special treatment. Every success and mistake will shape her future image. Not just as a royal, but as a leader. This decision may also ripple beyond the Netherlands. Already, discussions are growing in other royal households about the role of future monarchs. Will Belgium's Princess Elizabeth extend her own military preparation? Could this create a new standard for royal readiness in Europe? Amalia's choice could inspire a wave of reform, setting the stage for a generation of royal women who are as comfortable in combat boots as they are in couture. Amalia's move also holds symbolic power for young women across the globe. Her choice to enter a male-dominated sphere like the military while holding the weight of a future crown offers a message of empowerment and determination. She is not waiting to be respected, she is earning it. And in doing so, she becomes more than a royal, she becomes a role model. The Netherlands has always taken pride in its transparent, modern monarchy. This decision reinforces that image while also raising the bar. Amalia's training will likely be followed closely by the media, with every milestone scrutinized. Yet, this exposure could also be a powerful tool. By showing the public her struggles, growth, and commitment, she can build a new kind of relationship with the people, a bond based not on fairy tales, but on shared values and earned respect. As we await the official schedule of Amalia's training, one thing is clear: this moment will be a defining one in Dutch royal history. Her path mirrors Leonor's, but it also carves new territory. It proves that royalty, when guided by duty and courage, can transcend ceremony and become an active force in shaping national identity. Now, as both Spain and the Netherlands prepare to watch their future queens take on challenges unlike any before them, we are left to ask, could these bold choices by Princess Amalia and Princess Leonor mark the beginning of a new European monarchy, one built not on inherited power, but on earned leadership?